Okay, hey everybody, back again here, broadcasting live right here. Oh my God, my car! Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah. Get back onto YouTube here. Yeah, it took me a little longer than I expected. God dang it. Yeah. Going live. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. No. Switch over here. Now, the good thing is, went down and back again. Yes. Yes. That's right, revolutionary. Yeah. I was sitting here, I was looking through this paper documentation stuff from my back when I shut the live stream down. Next thing I know, I'm like waking up and I'm like, what? Holy crap, I fell asleep sitting here after I shut the live stream down. I realized, oh, I have to mute it. Yeah. And jumped down to the gas station, got some coffee, and yeah. I was wondering, would you charge to build a go-kart for someone? That, well, since I don't have a facility right now to build anything, I mean, I really can't, I mean, and I haven't even charged. I mean, I guess it all depends upon what kind of go-kart it would be. Because all the parts I would have to buy brand new. I don't have anything in stock, everything was taken. So yeah, I don't really know. I mean, back in the day when I actually had the whole place, I'd probably build a simple basic go-kart. I don't know, because all the parts alone would probably cost me about $500. Yeah, about 500. The frame itself would probably cost, I don't know, maybe 120, something like that. And that's just all the material. Because the motorcycle, I still have that. I still have the motorcycle. That thing costed me about $650 back in the day when I bought it, just because of the big balloony tires and stuff like that. So if I were to build something for somebody, throwing in all my labor and everything, it'd probably be about $1,300. That would be what I would probably charge. But you'd also get my get my talent and all that shit and all my know-how and what works and what doesn't, what's good and what really isn't. But and most of everything that I built was really tough anyway, so it got me some food. I need some food. I got food. This is my dinner. Yeah, dinner time. What kind of machine did you want, revolutionary? Don't forget to thumbs up the video and let everybody know that this is broadcasting right now. We're all broadcasting right now. Thumbs up the video. 2 thumbs up. Awesome. Super awesome. Yeah, for some people might be new in here. I messed my back up. Show you this, if you guys can see this. My very first vertebra right there is called L5, I believe. It's kinked. Messed it up. So now it's pinching my left sciatic. It's all messed up. Haven't been able to work. Haven't been able to do any of that. That kind of sucks. But haven't worked for like 3 weeks now. Going on 3 weeks. Can't really, and that's why I'm in this recline position. I had to put my seat down. Can't really stand too long. Can't really sit too long. Revolutionary Hippie, did you want to, what kind of, were you looking for? Like something maybe with a torque converter or a clutch? Torque converter is going to be more, that stuff's more expensive, but yep, sure did, Sean's Lawns. I have in my arsenal now, I have my flatbed trailer. I lost everything. Crystal allowed somebody to come in and they wiped out everything in the garage. So all my tires, all my engines, all my equipment, all my tools, everything is gone. Everything that you guys see in my old videos, you know, where I'm in the garage and I've got all that equipment and all that stuff, all those tools, all that shit's gone. It's horrible. But I've got my flatbed trailer that I converted into a bedroom / kind of storage area. I've got a pop-up trailer that pops up and it has the 2 beds that slide out, you know, one of those things. Got a pop-up trailer, and I've got 2 cars. I've got this car here, and this is an Oldsmobile Custom Cruiser station wagon. And I still have my pickup. So I have 2 cars now. Both of them work. Yeah, so I don't have a dead car sitting off in the back alley. So I got 2 cars, and I've got my trailer, and and then along with all my tools and all the tools that I bought when I was been out here in the homeless community. Sean John. And this vehicle, actually, technically, here's the story behind this car. Remember last summer when my transmission went out on my truck? Okay. I did a live stream on my transmission, my truck breaking down. I got stuck out on a real popular road. The next day, I went to work, and my boss brought me up to the job site that I was working at, and I was painting the trim around their house. I got talking to the people who live there, and I was telling them about what my situation was, that I'm homeless, but I'm still working. I'm still doing my thing. You know, I'm trying to hold things together, and you know, because they had asked me about where my truck was at. And I told them that it broke down, the transmission broke, blah, blah, blah. And they said, we've got a car that you could use. And so I was like, really? I was like, so that way I can, you know, I can still keep things going. And they're like, yeah, we got a car that you can use. We can, you know, we can tell that you're really trying and stuff. So they let me use this car for like 2 or 3 months to go to work and to do my stuff on a daily basis while my truck was in the shop getting worked on. And the shop was kind enough to allow me to keep putting, to make payments on the truck. So every 2 or 3 weeks, I'd walk in there and drop $200 or $300 on them to let them know that I'm serious, you know. And So they fixed the truck. So then once I got the truck back, I could bring the car back. Well, I contacted him. I was like, now keep in mind, I've had this car up until that point for about 3 or 4 months. And I got really used to this car. This thing floats. It's a V8. This thing is a powerhouse. I mean, it's power everything. It's got, I don't know if you guys can see it on here. It's got a moonroof. It's got, this thing is so roomy. This thing is literally a foot, almost 2 feet longer than my truck is. This thing is a monster. It's a V8. And it even gets better gas mileage than my truck. Isn't that weird? Weird. And my truck's a V6. So, yeah. So then I got so used to this car. I like this car. I really started it, liking it because, I had, it cruises and it just floats down the road and I can just, so I contacted him. I was like, yeah, I really do like this car. And I know you guys wanted to sell it and I would be interested in buying it. So they said, yeah, sure. If you want to take care of it, I'm like, yeah, definitely. Because this car, both of their kids used in high school and both of their kids used it in college. So this car has a lot of history, if you know what I'm saying. So, and they kept it going. They kept it good. The upholstery is still really decent for a 20-year-old car. Yeah. So, it's got a few little issues here and there, but for the most part, this thing is just, it's so nice. It's so nice. So I bought the car from them. I paid them $100 so far, but I still owe them $900. So that's another thing I have to work on is paying off this car. And then I've got other people to pay back and stuff like that, but I'm working on it and stuff. But yeah, I've got the car and my truck. And I realized really quick when my truck broke down on me, I need to have some damn transportation. That's why I have 2 vehicles, because if one breaks down, I've got the other one. And there's enough room in here so I can take my tools out of my pickup and put them in the back here, and go out and go to my jobs and stuff. So, it's a smart thing to do. We got one of these schizos out here freaking out. I can hear them. You can hear them getting all dumb and stuff. Now I can see your guys' comments on my laptop that I've got off to the side of me here. I've got a Chromebook here, so when you guys type, I can see your comments. It's not like if I'm operating just on my phone alone and I can't, and the comments pop up and then they disappear. I can actually type out. Test. Oh, oops. Test. Bing. No way. Ronald, hot boy. What's going on, Ronald? See, you're still a moderator on my channel. What's going on? Yeah. Decided to do a live stream. I did one earlier on and then took a break. Now I'm firing up another one. Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah, looking a little rough. It's a little difficult living like this. I'm a little rough around the edges now. I lost everything at the house. Everything in the garage is all gone. All the tools, all the stuff people sent to me. She just allowed these guys to come in and take all my shit, all new tires, engines. Actually, I had one new engine. I had new tires in there, all my tools, all my my pneumatic tools. Yeah. Then it got, oh really? Oh. Yeah, there wasn't really much going on in that one, so I just put that one on private. Yeah, I just privatized that one because that was just pretty much letting, talking to people about stuff. And then I sat there and I was like, I don't really, a lot of boring parts in that one. So I was just like, screw it. So I just put that one, I put that last live stream on private and then just fired this one up. Get people to come in here. Now, right now, I'm using the Wi-Fi system at the shelter here. So you might notice a little bit of lagginess in this thing or something. It might boot me off and then reconnect me, boot me off and then reconnect me. But yeah. But kind of in a real quick nutshell about what's been happening since my last live stream. The warming center is shut down, and I went back to my camp where I had all my stuff sitting. The winter wreaked havoc on all my stuff. I lost 40% of all my clothing due to mold, getting wet and freezing and all that stuff. I lost a little. The roof on my trailer collapsed a few times because snow kind of broke the roof of that thing. And then the shelter closed down on April 10th. So then I went back to my camp, and I've been staying at my camp ever since. And then it is possibly scheduled that, see where I was parked at, where my camp was at, I was on private property, and they're going to be there's these two buildings, and I'm kind of nestled in between them, and the owners of the property are going to be coming in with a demo group, and they're going to demo both buildings and then put up some senior living. So that is projected to start roughly about June 1st. So I've got 3 weeks left to find another place to go. And after that, I don't know, I might come down here to this shelter place here and park out on the street, but I've got a lot of stuff. I've got my trailer, I've got a pop-up trailer, and I've got 2 vehicles. Okay. So, I've got a good amount of stuff, but, that's the only way I can keep myself being reliable, being reliable to other people, to my boss, to helping other people out and making sure I can be there for other people, shit like that. It's the only way I can do that. If I get my own jobs, my own personal jobs, then I've got the equipment and my know-how and the stuff that ready to go. I don't have to go off to this place and pick up stuff at that house and go off to that house and pick stuff up there. I have all my stuff ready to go, because you guys have been following me. You know how I like to have shit prepped and ready. But I did actually get a down in the description. I did get a Cash App set up because everybody was asking me about setting up a Cash App. I don't really know if it works or not, because I haven't had anybody ever use it, and I can't really use it for myself. I can't send myself money. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, because my card that I have is connected with it. So it's just like, all right, well. So if any of you guys got like $1 or $5 or $10 or $100, no. Test out the Cash App. But so then so I've got that place right around the corner here I could probably move, or another place that I used to be at. Some of my older live streams where I was camping out behind a motel. I did a few live streams from there. That seemed to be a nice place. I mean, I kind of got I got along with the neighbors and stuff. And then the other one is like kind of way up on this end of town, a little bit up on the north end of town. I don't really know about that one because it seems like there's some activity going on up there that I really don't know about yet. So I'm not really too sure. But yeah, either way, it's going to be yeah, I don't know. Meat and cheese, chips, meat, need some jerky, and one of my favorite things to drink, green tea. Yummy, yummy. I like that green tea. Oh, other than coffee, of course, you know. Did you know, guys, that there's an actual coffee company out there called Tully's Coffee? Isn't that odd, huh? As much as I like coffee, I should invest. I should be getting stock into that company. Tully's Coffee. You actually look it up on Google. It's spelled the same way as my name, too. Tully. Tully's Coffee. I wonder what they would think if I sent in some type of financial ledger with a bunch of money and say, yeah, I want some stock into your company. This is my name. Yeah. Well, people were asking me about if I had Cash App and stuff like that, but go check it. Oh, I don't know if let me try. I don't know if because since I'm on my, we'll see. Yeah, I'll try. Let me check it on here, on my phone here, because I think this is where this is the only place I've got that app at. So I might disappear here for a second, guys, because I just logged in and it showed 0, and I jumped around a little bit and it still showed 0. Yeah, okay, here, let's see here. Yeah, yeah, Ronald, I just went and checked it, and it doesn't seem like it went well. It might take a while for my system to update anyways. Oh. I'll wait for a few minutes and then probably check it again. The app address is down in the description. It's the dollar symbol and then capital T. T-Man's Go-Karts, I think. If you look in the description, it's right next to the show more button section there. Cash app /$ T-Man's Go-Karts. MWH. Yeah. See, I don't even know if it's even working or not, because I'll have to check it out here. And I want to do it. Wait for another minute or so. But yeah, they have I had a lot of people asking me about what's my Cash App. Like, I don't have one. Well, then I went in there on the when I was at the shelter, and I set one up. I thought I set it all up correctly and everything, and I did, but whenever I tried logging into it, it wouldn't work. Well, what I didn't realize is that I ended up setting up, and then I set up another one, T-Man's Go-Karts, this one here. And then when I went in there, apparently, because it's a long story, but I set up one account on one phone, and then I set this account up on my other phone. So I end up having two Cash App accounts, one for T-Man's Go-Karts and one for T-Man's Builds channel. If you guys remember that channel, T-Man's Builds. Yeah. And then so apparently I've got two accounts now when I had none. Yeah. But yeah, so then where was I talking about? Transfer. Yeah. So I'll have to move my stuff here right around June 1st, and then put that stuff someplace else. But because I messed my back up, I'm gonna, that slowed me down because now my boss, he's got a bunch of jobs, but these jobs are all outside of town. Ronald, it says pending on my end. Oh, okay. That's probably why it's not showing anything up on mine. It'll probably be like an hour or so or something like that. That's what I'm thinking. Hopefully it's not like PayPal. Geez, what is that? 3 days or something crazy like that? And another thing, that after the shelter closed down, because last year, when the shelter closed down last year, we all went out to the ACS camp where we had that big camp. And the funding for that place, we were told, was going to last for 3 years. But they closed the place down back in last November. So, and because they said they didn't have enough funding. So we're like, a lot of people are like, well, wait a second here, we thought this place is going to be open for 3 years straight. Obviously not. It wasn't even, the homeless camp that was set up by the city didn't even last for a year. Didn't even last a year. And, but we all understand, we all know now what kind of ploy this bullshit was. Because down on Reserve Street, there's this big, it said the transaction will be completed once you accept it. Once I accept it? Oh, okay. So I'll have to come in there and accept it. Okay. So, for years, for like 20 years, there's a plot of land that's been underneath this bridge. It was called the island. Technically, it was called Shard Island because everybody who was down there were meth heads. So they must have the city, the county, everybody was trying to get all these homeless people out of there. But these people just kept going back there. They'd set up damn near almost full-blown houses and stuff down there. Well, they've been trying to get these people off of that land, but because of legalities, they couldn't do it. One guy, I just saw him when I went down to the gas station. One guy had been down there for almost a little over 6 years. Okay. According to the squatters' rights here in Montana, that if you acquire a certain property of land that's BLM property or whatever, and you stay on that property for 7 years, then you can claim it. Okay. So him, along with 3 other people who had been down there for such a long damn time, they were like months away from being able to claim the entire island for themselves. The city came in, and according to some Supreme Court rulings that have been going on out there, has stated that if a city or a county does not have any place for the homeless to go, they have to provide it. So, if they were going to evict those people off of that island, they would have to set something up for them to go. So they set up the ACS, and they've been trying for years to get these people off of this island. So they set up the ACS. Now there's a secondary place for these people to go. Now they can start going down on, now the cops can start going down on the island and start writing up citations and all sorts of shit and force these people off the island, because before they really couldn't force them off the island. They couldn't legally force them off the island, but force them up into the ACS, or they can just willingly go up there. The place is going to be open for 3 years. So yeah, you can go up there, and we're going to have water and all that kind of stuff. We have porta potties up there. So a lot of these people who were down on the island just willingly left the island and went up there to the ACS camp. Well, then just a few months after that, then they turn around, they shut down the ACS camp. But in that 4 months time, in that 4 or 5 months time, the county and volunteers and the city were all going down to this Shard Island, and they were wiping out all these camps with bulldozers and shit, throwing stuff away. You know, I don't know how many, how much garbage they took away from that place, which is probably a good idea. Because from what I had heard, I'd never been down there. I went down there once, but I didn't see any garbage. You know, I didn't see as bad as they say it was. You know, I never saw any of the bad stuff. But I went down there one time, and then they said it was really bad down there. There was like 14 tons of garbage down there. But granted, you had 20 or 30 people living down there consistently for 15, 20 years. You know what I'm saying? So obviously there's going to be some garbage accumulation, and the city never provided any garbage removal for these people. So it's like they had no way to throw their garbage away. So it just kind of accumulated. But anyway, so some of these people could have stayed down there on the island if they didn't have any other place to go. So that's kind of the thing, that if there's no place for somebody to go, then it is okay for them to camp on city right-of-ways. Okay? It's a Supreme Court ruling that's happened up here in the 9th District that's up in Washington right now. And I think it went through California. You know, there's a few of them. Homeless, if you type it into Google case law, or not case law, Google Scholar, and you type in homeless encampment or something like that, you should be able to come across some case law that talks about it. But anyway, so ACS was open, and then they closed that down, and then we all migrate over to the warming center. And now when the warming center closes down, there's no more ACS. Nobody can go down to the camp. So people are like, what the hell? Where are we supposed to go? We don't want to go. We don't want to set up our tents and stuff in city parks. We don't want to, none of these, this is all these people saying this. We don't want to camp out where there's going to be kids playing and stuff. We don't want to be doing that. Well, now, it kind of comes down to people can camp almost anywhere as long as they don't make a mess. They don't become a nuisance, and they don't, there was another one too, but, yeah, I mean, it's the homeless community is growing. Nobody has nobody has anywhere to go. I mean, we've got an island that's right across the street here, but it's underwater now because we had flooding come through here. I know one guy who had his tent and stuff down there last week. Gone. They opened up the levee, and then the levee up north here, because it got really damn warm after the cold spell went by. It got really warm, so all this snow up in these mountains just started just melting crazy like. So to keep from flooding happening up in the eastern section of the county, they open up a levee, this water levee, and it allows our river out here, the Clark Fork River, to go up. Well, the thing is that there's a lot of the homeless people that camp out down there right next to the river, and if they're not paying attention or they're away from their camp, that water level comes up and it just wipes out, takes away everything. Okay, I'm gonna jump over here quick and see if I can accept this transaction here, Ronald. So let me give me a minute or two, people. Yes. What's going on here? I thought that would all be like automatic. It's like you have to accept it. Huh. There we go. Okay, yeah. Try to get this all. Okay, there we go. All right, yeah, Ronald. Yeah, it went through. That's kind of weird. I thought it would automatically do an acceptance type of thing. That's kind of odd that it does that. But yeah, it went through. Thank you, man. Thank you. Now I know it works. Now I know it works. Thank you. But yeah, like I said, it took me 2 years to get set up with that Cash App stuff. But yeah, there's camps going up all over the place. But people, a lot of these people, they don't want to be out in the open where there's lots of traffic and stuff. They want a nice little quiet area just to stay away from everybody, because none of these people want to be burdens. They don't want to stand out like sore thumbs. They would, if they could, they would prefer to hide out and stay away from everything. Well, at least the people that I've run into, I don't claim to know all these people, but some of these people are, kind of a want to avoid. Yeah. Yep. Hmm. So Ronald, have you tried doing any of those shorts at all? Tried putting up any shorts on your YouTube channel? I know some people have been playing around with that a little bit, but I go in there and watch some of it, but I keep getting all these dang ads that people put up about like how to make money online, or like computer hacks. Like the computer hack stuff is kind of neat because they show you how to do shortcuts and stuff like that to your computer and your phone and all that kind of stuff, websites and stuff where you can download software free. But some of those, because I went and checked one out one time. Oh yeah, you can download the software for free. I was looking at Microsoft Word. Okay, wanted to download Microsoft Word into my Chromebook. Okay, well, I went to one of the sites and I downloaded it, and it was going to work for my Chrome OS, but I only got it for 30 days. So I'm like, well, screw that. I mean, don't be putting out these websites that people can download a full-blown program, but later on, now you don't get it anymore. Because somebody like me, I'll sit there and put in like legal documentation, start writing up letters and stuff like that, and suddenly I lose the goddamn program. I mean, it's like, Jesus, I put all that work into it, and now I lose all of this documentation. Oh. Right back. Give me a few minutes here, guys. Yep. No, I haven't, brother. I hadn't posted in years. I've been doing awesome personal projects. Ooh! I want to hear about that when I get back. Hold on. Hey, what's up? Ugh. Yeah, I gave somebody a ride the other day and they owed me $5, so I had to go hunt them down. I saw them walk by it. Like, oh, you get that $5, man. So, but yeah, Ronald, tell me, what is it? What kind of awesome personal projects? What are they? I want to know that. Yeah, I know. Well, yeah, like I said, I mean, I pretty much lost everything. All the stuff that I had, tires. My welder's still there, luckily. I told her, don't let anybody take anything else. God, don't you understand the amount of negative karma that's going to be coming at you because of this? You don't destroy. You don't let people take other people's shit. You know, it's horrible. Don't destroy. Don't be messing people's lives up. Especially after some of that stuff is stuff that I bought with all my YouTube money. You know, man, it's such a bad thing when you've bought in so many tools and stuff all for the platform that you work on, and then now it just all falls apart because things got all stupid. Oh, really? You've been working on that stuff, that kind of stuff. That's cool. That's really cool. A hidden shelf, air compressor modifications, hidden gun case. Oh, yeah. I can't remember where do you live, Ronald? I've been hearing. I don't know. If you guys have been paying attention or even know, but there's some really. I didn't. I had to look it up on YouTube myself, but some people come through here off of the bus from like Seattle and from like Washington, and stuff like that, and they're telling me it's getting. Oh, Louisiana. That's right. Okay. They're telling me it's getting really bad up there. I mean, the homeless population is exploding down there. I talked to one kid the other about a week or so ago. He told me that when you got off of the bus back in the day, before COVID and stuff, the streets were clean. It was nice when you get off at the bus depot. He says now you get off the bus and there's tents lining up the entire street. There are people using right on the buses, like the transit buses. Now, one of the biggest things that's really hitting the system right now out here in the drug world are these things called blues. It's fentanyl is what it is. We call them blues, fentanyl, Mexis. And this is the stuff that everybody that I've lost 4 people that I know out here OD'd off of these things, and that's what it is. It's fentanyl, and what fentanyl is it's a drug that's given to cancer patients that are terminal, and it's like 10 or 20 times more potent than heroin. And I've seen it. It's all over the place here. And what these people do is they take these little pills, and they're blue. Some of them are a different color based upon what the level or whatever. If they're a different color, they're called Skittles. But they take this pill and they put it on aluminum foil, and then they'll put a lighter or a torch underneath that aluminum foil, and the pill slowly starts to, and you have to angle it so the pill runs, and the pill slowly melts, and the fumes that come off of the pill is what they inhale with a straw, and it's fentanyl. And that's how they smoke it. That's how they smoke it. And it is horrible stuff. I mean, it changes people's minds. It changes their outlook on all life. These people will sit there and carry on a conversation with nobody sit next to them. I mean, this is I've seen this firsthand. I mean, I've right out, and it's everywhere. And these people that I was talking to said that there's people in Washington and stuff right now. I mean, you'll have kindergartners sitting next to these addicts, and they're smoking it right there, and the cops don't do nothing. I've even seen it here, down there at the warming center. Down at the warming center, there was a every once in a while we'll get runners that come through there, and these are people who somebody has the drugs and they're in their car and they're outside on the public street. They'll send somebody to come into the shelter and collect all the money from the people in there, whoever wants the drugs, and then go out to the car, and then they give the money, and then they give the drugs to the people, and then that person, the runner, goes back into the shelter and then disperses out the drugs. Okay, disperses out whatever drug they wanted. They had this one night. This girl came in there, and she's going around collecting all this money from all these homeless people. These people right around the beginning of the month. Some of these people got their SSI checks, their disability checks, stuff like that. And she's going around. She's got wads of cash in her hand. Okay. She walks out the building, and the staff follow her. They follow her. They watch her. They see what car she goes to. Both of these staff members are on their phone talking to dispatch. Okay. They're talking to dispatch, and they're giving the make and model and the license plate number of the car to dispatch. Both of them. The girl gets in the car, and about 5 minutes later, she gets out. She goes back into the building. Now, if they see her doing it, they just can't assume. If they see her handing people the drugs, then they can do something about it. But if they don't see it, then they can't do anything about it. So the way they do it is really discretionary. They'll like stick their hand underneath a pillow and then leave the drugs there, whether it be the meth or the pills or whatever. And then they'll walk away, and then the person whose sleeping spot is there, they'll go to that spot and they'll lift it up and they'll look. Okay, so that's one way that they do it. And there's a bunch of other different ways to do it. So there's no physical transaction, hand to hand type of thing. Okay. Well, both of these people they called this into dispatch, and they said, "We know this car. This is what's going on. Blah blah blah." The car drives away. And then finally, 20 minutes later, a squad car drives by. One squad car drives by. It's like they're not trying to stop it. They're not trying to stop the spread of this fentanyl and these pills. They're not trying to stop it, especially out here in the homeless community. I mean, as far as they're concerned, they're just like, let these people die. Just let them die. Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, Learn and Live. Hey, I watched your first videos. I missed your builds, man. Yeah, I really miss building too. I mean, I really miss the go-karts. I miss driving those things around. I miss my old life, but there's not really much I can do about it. I mean, they wanted to do this bullshit and kick me out forever. So yeah, I'm leaving them to their own devices, their own demise. I mean, I'd love to keep the stuff going. I can tell you one thing. This is absolutely changed my outlook on all women, all of them, which is bad because, I might miss Right, might meet Mr. Right, and I'm not going to give her a chance because of the fuck ups that the fucking losers I've come across. You know, I really don't want to invest my life into another girl, especially after spending 18, 19 years with one, helping her bring her out of the trashy ass life that she was living, be that foundation that she doesn't have to worry about. She can go out and get things done, and she doesn't have to worry about all this bullshit happening off in the background that she's got to deal with when she gets back home. You know, helping her being there for her and helping her go in the right direction. You know, get a home, do all the financing, do all that stuff, be that backbone for her, encourage her to do it this way and that way, and be there for the kids. And she never have to worry about me beating on the kids or screaming at the kids or drinking and having a bunch of friends over and messing around with the kids. You know, she never had to worry about that with me. But yeah, I mean, now that she got what she wanted, she had no room for me. You know, there's no point in having him around. I've already got everything I want. You know, Ronald, do you have Facebook Messenger? Yeah, Ronald. If you go to Facebook and if you type it in the search, you'll see like T-Man's Go-Karts video page. Okay, there's another page, which is my primary page that I'm always on, which is T-Man's Karts. And it's got a picture of the Batmobile on the trailer. It's that old picture. That's my primary Facebook page. The T-Man's Go-Karts video page, that page was the one that was directly linked to my YouTube channel here. So when I would post stuff up on YouTube here, it would automatically reciprocate right over to the T-Man's Go-Karts video page. But if you do a search for T-Man's Karts, then you'll see my Facebook page on there. That's my primary personal page. And I'm very selective and choosy about who I allow to be friends with me on that page, because I got people who are too nosy, and it's primarily in the legal community, who are too nosy about my life and want to know what I'm doing, so that way they can contact, you know, like if I were to tell somebody that I'm gonna pop a squat on this private property over here at this business, then their asses are calling up that business owner and bitching at them and telling them, don't let that person on there. Make up whatever you got to come up with, but you didn't talk to me, and you don't let them on the property. You know, to intentionally, because I've had people tell me that shit's happening. I got this call from somebody and they told me not to let you stay on the property or stay out here. Or we found out where he's staying. So then somebody from the city ordinance patrol or whatever comes out and finds me and tells me to move. You see what I'm saying? So I got people out there that are intentionally trying to make my life difficult. So there's certain things that I express and certain things that I don't. Wow, I'm losing a lot of light here. Yeah, the sun's going down. I just had a street light turn on, so yeah, I'm probably going to get pretty grainy here. Grainy and rainy. Like that guy named Cheney. Man, this is a good combination. Beef jerky and chili cheese. Fritos, chili cheese, and beef jerky. Supper of champions. Yeah. Yeah, I lost when Crystal threw all that stuff away in the garage, or she let people take it. I lost the all my tools, Kid Sock, all the tools that Kid Sock sent me, because Kid Sock back a few years ago, he sent me this box of a bunch of tools, a cordless drill and stuff. He bought all this stuff at Harbor Freight and had it sent to me. I had this little LED thing that Shure on Facebook built for me. That had LEDs in it, said T-Mam. That's gone. The tap and die set that Adsar bought for me, I used it like once or twice. That's gone. My Craftsman pneumatic drill, or all my air drill stuff, that's all gone. All that stuff is gone. New tires, all that. Tools, clamps. All the builds are gone. Even the Hyperion cart. Out of all the builds that I wanted to keep, I either wanted to keep Allie's go-kart or I wanted to keep the Hyperion cart. I mean, I still have the motorcycle, but I found out who I want to get the Hyperion cart back, because the Hyperion cart was real pretty and it was fast. But I'm gonna have to take the engine out of it and put in a regular engine, because that that fast engine was that I got from Go Power Sports. They sent me that engine, and that was a first level racing engine. I got that engine that's in the Hyperion cart from Go Power Sports. Ah. Yeah, we'll try turning this on. Man, this is going to make me look like I got jaundice or something. I'm all orange. Yeah, so I'm probably going to... It's kind of weird, because on my camera, I look really orange and red, but on my laptop, everything looks somewhat normal. Weirdness. But yeah. God, what else has happened out here? We've had... We have a few other people out there that are advocating for us too. Pretty much what it kind of comes down to now is that a lot of the homeless community can pretty much camp wherever they want, as long as they don't create a mess. And they kind of want people to keep moving around, but that's too damn exhausting. You know, you can't keep moving around. You can't keep... I explained this on the last live stream, that when you're living homeless, it's a lot like opening the front door of your house and the back door of your house, and now allowing your neighbors to walk through your place all the time. That's what it's like. You got people walking through your camp all the time. Everybody can look in. They can walk through your camp. They see what you got. And based upon the stuff that you have, they're going to dictate how much money you make, or if you have some type of income. And then now that they see that you've got all this stuff, now they can start asking you for it. And if you turn them down, you say, no, that's mine. I'm not selling that. I'm not going to get rid of it. Then when you're gone, they come in and they take it and go pawn it so they can go get drugs. That's what it's like living out here. That's why I don't like staying in tents. Because a tent could, I mean, there's plenty of people who've gotten their shit ripped off because people would just walk by with a knife and slice open the tent and reach in and grab their shit. Walk right down to the pawn shop right away. And within 10 minutes, they're cashing that shit in, putting money in their pocket, then walking around another half a block to somebody who's selling clear meth. And then they'll give them the $20 or $30 for whatever they did. And the entire transaction, from the theft to buying the drugs to using it to pawning off the stuff, all that can happen within half an hour. That fast, that quick. It's all, and then your shit's gone. That's why I don't like tents. That's why I don't like camping out in tents. I like being inside of a structure, because that shit's a lot harder to get through. I sit there and I think about this. I'm like, this is not the kind of world I ever really wanted to be living in. But the courts put me out here. I remember the very first court hearing I was at. I told the judge, Your Honor, if you take me out of that house, I will have nowhere to go. I'll have to be homeless. You're going to make me homeless. Well, you've been in town here for like 20 years and you don't have any friends, no place you could stay. I'm like, no, I don't. Because I was a stay-at-home dad. My whole life was revered around making sure that entire operation was working good. I don't believe that. So the state made me homeless. Ronald shared a link. Okay, I'll check that link out, Ronald, when I shut this down. On Facebook. Yeah. Have you guys seen that girl? I saw these shorts or these reels on Facebook. That girl who does the lightsaber stuff. That stuff is super awesome. Did you guys hear that? It's okay, just a few projects. I will send you 2 more, and that's it. What are they, plans? Are they schematics? Oh no, when we were out there at ACS, I was telling some of these guys, I asked them, I was like, you guys got any old inner tubes? Do you guys have any old inner tubes? And they're like, yeah, we do. Why? I'm like, I want to build a catapult. Or build a Tridio or whatever those are called. They got the sling on them. Build a catapult or build a it's like a big giant crossbow. You know what I'm talking about? Take the inner tubes, slice them in half, slice them into strips, and then braid it all together so you've got a massive, real nice, tight sling. We could have like catapults, and that would be so fun. Everybody I was actually thinking about doing it, getting some 2x6s and cutting stuff up and putting on some pivots and shit, building catapults out there. Oh man. uh yeah. Take the entire homeless camp and turn it into some like cosplay place to live. That would be cool, wouldn't it? I don't know if you got how far you got into the last live stream, but I was telling everybody about my structure, the building that I built out there at ACS. And I built up this big building out there before they made me tear it down. But I built up this big building that had steel siding on it and everything. And I wanted to get 6 55-gallon drums and stack them on top of each other. Take 3, 1, 2, and 3, tack weld them, and then cut out a notch, and then put that notch into the corner of my building, and then do the same thing on the other corner. So I have my front face of my building with these rounds that went all the way up, and then the rest of the building. But the rounds, I wanted to make my building look like it was a castle. And then there was another girl who wanted to make her place like a fairy house, and all this. I was like inspiring people to do theme builds, and the guy that was behind me had a pretty good spot. He took up a big area, and he was going to design his. I mean, it was already designed that way, but he was going to get paint his stuff to the point to where it looked like it was a military bunker. So it was going to look like it was all gray, like military bunker with tarps and stuff around it. So he was going to do that. And there was another, somebody else was thinking about doing a hobbit house, like a little hobbit house. Yeah, it was really neat. We were all really enthusiastic about making a themed place, a place for like everybody would have their own theme behind the way they lived. Yeah, it was really neat. The tool review. Atsar, what's going on? Ronald Hot Boy, long time no see. You know who I actually saw post over on Facebook finally, and I haven't seen any posts coming from him at all, was Fearless Front. Remember there was a group of us when we all first started coming out and doing our YouTube channels and stuff. It was me, Fearless Front, Ronald, I think, was part of the group, and then there was who was the other one? Pug one. Then there was Bloke. There was a few other people, and we were all like this tight group of people. And we go and do on our live streams and stuff, and do cross channel sharing and everything like that. It was really fun. It was really neat. I remember Ronald's video. I remember Ronald's video that he did on when he was building that boat, and he was putting that. If I remember right, you were putting a torque converter on the engine, and the torque converter, or was it torque converter? Where you were putting a jack shaft on something on the back of the engine, and you had a special teeter pivot for your boat and stuff. If I remember right. Yeah. That's the same. Yeah. On your icon on your YouTube channel, that was that motor that you were working on when I first saw that. Yeah. Yeah. I remember you telling me all about that. The flood. Yeah. You used that boat to get away from it. Yeah. Remember you telling us all about that story. Is One Pug Life still around? I haven't heard from him for a long time. Is he still working his channel? Hmm. Let's go see if One Pug Life is still an operating YouTube channel. One Pug Life, yeah. Wow. His channel must have, yeah, gridlocked. 265,000 subscribers. His channel did the same shit mine did. It gridlocked to a stop. That's about how many subscribers I remember him having a few years ago. Oh, damn it. Huh. What's going on here? Did I lose everybody? They are good. They are very good. Those Frito-Lay chilies, these, the Fritos chili cheese, these are so good. So good. One of the best type of chips out there as far as I'm concerned. Yeah. Oh, what else is going on out here? Just getting cold. Right now, we've been having a lot of rain for the past 2 days. I don't know. I've been kind of out of the loop for about 3 weeks because of my back. Because I threw my back, I didn't. I mean, I have that sciatic crap happening in my back. Never had that stuff before in my life. Never did. I went to step down off my trailer, felt this little tinge in my lower back, and then about an hour later, I started feeling this pain going across my back and going down my butt cheek, and then going down my leg, and then it got worse. And then for like a week and a half to 2 weeks, it was so damn bad. Heck, I couldn't really walk, couldn't really go anywhere. So I kind of stayed in bed the whole time. Well, then it started getting a little better because I got on YouTube and I was looking up all these stretches and stuff like that. So I'm stretching my leg out and stuff, and started feeling a little bit better. Well, then I go to work. And I come back home from work and I'm stretching, and I must have did something bad or did something, because all of a sudden, massive stinging shot straight down through my whole leg. I mean, it was horrible. I got out, and I normally don't go down to the hospital. I normally don't do that. I got up and I got in my truck. Could barely drive because I couldn't. I had to sit along the side of my.
Not to bother you, but would you be willing to buy a Walmart voucher?
No, I don't need one.
$40 worth. I was willing to trade it.
No, I don't have any.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I get loaded. Fucking.
Hey, I ain't got nothing. Yeah, so I can't help you out. Sorry. Trade me a $40 Walmart voucher for some meth. But I don't use, and yeah, I ain't got none. So sorry. Right here on live stream, huh, guys? Thank you, State of Montana. Thank you, Crystal. Thank you, children, for putting me into this situation. Fucking dumb. Oh. Anyway, so I go down to the hospital. My whole leg is on fire. I walk in there. I can't stand up straight. I'm shaking. I'm sweating. And then they give me some medication and tell me just to go and lay down. Well, shit, that didn't really help. But then they gave me the shot, and that helped the pain. It helped all this numbing and the stinging kind of go away. But I knew it didn't fix the problem. The shit is not fixing the problem. They just keep throwing these drugs out at me, and nobody's fixing this problem. Because I had to go there again a few days after that. And then finally I was just like, well, I need to go see That's when I got the x-rays when I was at the doctor's office. That's when I got the x-rays. That very last time I was at the hospital. I says, I want x-rays because I'm going to be going down to a chiropractor and having a chiropractor check me out, because I know something, this is more than just being a simple little pinched nerve in my lower back. There's got to be something has slipped out of way, and it is constantly putting consistent pinching on my shit, on my nerve. Well, anyways, I don't know what damn way. Yeah. Anyway, so I went to a chiropractor, and he x-rayed my back and everything, and he started, he did a whole evaluation on my back and everything. He had everything all set up and all. And I've gone to him twice so far, Thursday and yesterday, Friday, and he hasn't really done anything. I mean, I'm waiting to hear, like, you know, he's pushing on my back and I hear a crack, you know, but he hasn't. I mean, he's pushed on my back a little bit, but he's got one of those collapsing tables. So when you push on the table gives way. Instead of pushing it and waiting for your back to give way, the table gives way. So, I mean, so far, I mean, I don't think he's fixed shit. Quite honestly, I really don't think he has. So I don't really like that idea, because the chiropractor is not taking my Montana Medicaid card. So I'm paying for that out of pocket if I can get back to work. So I've told him, I was like, listen, I'm homeless. All right. I need to go back to work to make money so I can pay you, but you need to fix me first so I can get back to work. You see the circle here? It's like, this shit is just getting, it keeps getting deeper and deeper. It's just, you know, of course, you know, I'm working. When I am working, I need to demand more money from my boss, because right now I'm only getting like $10 an hour working privately, and it's not enough. It's not enough. It's we might go out and work 2 or 3 hours a day when we do work, when I am working. So that's 30, maybe $40, maybe sometimes, depending upon what we're doing, it might be $50 a day. You know, work 5 hours a day. But that's not, those are wages based off of like 4 years ago. If you're general labor, $10 an hour is like 5-6 years ago. Nowadays, it's $18 to $20 an hour for general labor. And he can't turn around and use the excuse, yeah, well, you know, you're working under the table. Well, then you should be paying me more, because if you're paying me under the table and we're working under the table here, you should be able to pay me more, because you don't have to pay my unemployment. You don't have to pay any taxes on me. You don't have to pay any insurance on me. So you should actually be paying me more than what you would pay a regular employee, because a regular employee, you would have to take out all those amounts out of their wages so you can pay it, or vice versa, you know, or you know, that type of thing. If you're paying somebody under the table, you should be able to pay them more, because you're not covering all those other expenses. You guys see how that works? If I hire somebody and I'm going to pay them $15 an hour, technically that person's going to cost me $25 to $30 an hour in my amounts of money. Oh, okay. So if I hired somebody under the table and paid them $22 an hour, it would still be cheaper for me to pay them $22 an hour, and they can handle all their own taxes. They can handle their own insurance. They can handle their own unemployment. They can handle all this stuff. I'll pay you $22 an hour, because I don't have to pay that shit out of your wages. I don't have to pay that out of the amount of the labor that I have you listed for. too many people out there don't realize this stuff, and they think that it's a benefit. My boss is going to give me a benefit of working under the table and not having taxes taken out or having my checks garnished, and then pay me less. You're literally ripping off your own employee. You're literally ripping off your own guy worker. You're ripping them off. You're harming them. You're not improving their lives at all. If you're going to be a boss and you're going to hire people either as employees or hire people under the table privately, then you need to be a just boss. There we go. Yeah, remember when I told you guys about the live stream, the Wi-Fi here? Yeah, it's starting to kind of boot me off here a little bit. But Justin, yeah. Hey, man, it's been a minute since I've seen anything of yours pop up. He works at Sam's Club for $17 an hour. That's cool. But you guys, if you're working at Sam's Club, do you guys get a percentage off when you buy stuff there at Sam's Club yourselves, or do you get free membership or something? Man, I thought I've been on here. Free plans, membership, yeah. Oh, free plus membership, yeah. Okay. That's cool. Wow, this thing is saying that I've only been on here for 40 minutes. Yeah, I guess that sounds about right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, if you guys are over there and you went onto Facebook and you went over to and you found my Facebook page, T-Man's Carts, that's my primary page for that's my personal page. So if you guys go over there, I'll be accepting friend requests over there. Do you mind if I ask what happened? What happened? I haven't seen you pop up since we played Destiny a couple years back. Well, Justin, me and the missus got into a real big fight, and I got pulled out of the house, and then I just never went back. They don't want me to come back. So, she's been slowly getting rid of all my shit. Totally everything that I built up, the whole world that I built up with her. She's just getting rid of it and allowing it to be destroyed. I haven't seen the kids in 3 years. Yeah. I mean, they're intentionally choosing to screw their lives up. So it's that's pretty much what happened. And man, I tell you what, I really do miss getting on Destiny. I really miss playing PS4. I miss playing Borderlands 2. Oh man. I really miss all that stuff. I miss playing Destiny with people. God. I miss a lot of stuff that we had that was going on back then. Yeah. Yep, I was, rocking and rolling and really enjoying life, but yeah, it's just one of those things where she was on a majority basis, she was always constantly disrespecting me. always belittling me, stuff like that. Even as much as as many times as I proved my ass to her, we were together for 17, 18 years and never cheated on her, never messed around with other girls, never fucking sat there and got drunk and did any of that around the kids. Never, well, we drank a little bit around the kids, but that wasn't no big deal. But we never got drunk or anything like that. And we never, it was, I was that guy in her life that she didn't have to worry about. I helped her have a life that she didn't have to worry about. Yeah, that one didn't go through, Justin. I tried to have this thing set up so that way anything anybody ever types automatically gets posted and it doesn't have to be evaluated, but YouTube system comes in here and automatically just adjust things all the time. Oh, okay, I see. KLR, I don't know. I really don't know. I've been trying to find some place where I could get established, and that just doesn't happen. People, if I can find some place where I can just stay, just fucking stay, then I can go out and start venturing out and doing my shit. But you can't keep moving around. You can't keep moving around and expect to have a normal life. You unpack all your stuff. You move from one campsite to another campsite every 2 or 3 weeks. You're always worried about where you're going to move to next. You need a foundation. That is the primary damn thing to do, is to have a foundation. I'm not talking about having wads of money. I'm not talking about moving out of state. I'm talking about a foundation, someplace on somebody's property. It has to be private property. Move there. You're not very far away from any resources, water, bathroom, food, electric. You're not very far away. It might be even on the property. You know what I'm saying? I mean, pretty much, it's like, I really don't know. It's even hard to find a partner out here. It's even hard to find a girlfriend out here. Well, it's hard for me because I'm really damn picky, but the thing is that, because I'm homeless, they have this dogma that I'm some drug addict or I'm doing something that's made me homeless. And you know what I'm saying? And, but I work and I do all that kind of stuff. I'm no different than anybody out there who has an apartment. It's just that I don't have an apartment. It's that simple. Basically, I had an ex that did the same thing. I stopped it and she tried to start it up again 7 months later. So I broke it off. Well, yeah, me and Crystal, me and her, we never fought really bad. We'd have our little, spats, and shit, we'd say to each other, but, I never called her names. I never called her a bitch or a cunt or any of that kind of crap. Never did that. But she always called me a dork, an idiot, an asshole. She called me that. She'd belittle me in public. I'd say something, just cracking a joke about something, and she'd make me look like I was a stupid ass for saying it. Women like that. Women who think that they're inherently just better than a guy. That's what Crystal was like. And the sad thing is that mentality is going to be pressed out onto Allie. Cody is going to grow up being some little pussy ass beta male. You know, I mean, where's he going to meet a girl at? Well, how's Allie going to get out of the house and meet a guy? I mean, they could probably wait until she's like 25 and they go out to some bar where she can meet some drunk Indian to knock her up so she can have a baby. But like, that's ever going to fucking happen because Crystal's not a socialite either. So she's not going to want to do it, you know, and then Allie's not going to feel comfortable doing it. So in essence, this woman has legitimately, with the support of the state, destroyed these children's lives. They're not going to want to go out and venture out. They're not going to want to leave the house, meet people, move out, start their own lives, get a career, because they're spending all their lives on a fucking computer doing absolutely nothing. Playing games. They might be trying to do the make money online bullshit, but it doesn't matter because there always comes down to the root of all making money online, and it comes down to the one person, the character of the person who's willing to step up and actually engage in the website or the business. There's always one person. One person's hard-earned labor is what contributes to the growth of any online business. So let's say if I were to join up with one of these, create a website and sell products on your website. Okay, that sounds great. Now, all I got to do is promote it. Oh, okay, well, that sounds good. But now where am I going to promote it at? Okay, well, I need to have some money. So I can say post it on Facebook. Or wait. Yeah, so I'm going to post it on Facebook and I'll share it with all my friends and my family on Facebook. Well, the problem with that is that everybody is not going to buy anything from you because they kind of expect you to understand their hardships, why they can't buy anything. So none of your friends and family are going to buy anything from you. Then you've got, then you can turn around, pay Facebook to advertise your business for you. But where are you going to get the money for that? Well, you got to go out and get a job someplace. All of it comes down to you having to go out and put in some type of skilled labor into something so you can get paid money for it, so you can venture out and get other shit going. It always comes down to you doing your hard-earned labor to achieve it. That's right. Yes. Friends and family always expect things for free. That's right. Yep, that's right. Well, if it makes you feel better, your dorky personality is why I subbed when I found you. Right, Justin? Right. Friends and family always expect stuff for free. Yeah. I've found that out too. I mean, it's not really family on my end, but it's been a lot of friends when I've done stuff. When I've tried having other businesses other than the YouTube stuff. It does. I mean, everybody wants it for free, and they want they want you to put your talent and your know-how into serving them something of quality, and then yet at the same time they want to turn around and pay you less. Now, for me, whenever I've come across friends that might, like, let's say a sticker service, a decal service, I would ask for them to make me some decals for my car. And when they were done, they quote me the price, say $75 or whatever. I would pay them $100. I would always pay them more because they're a friend of mine and I want to see them succeed. Most people, when you turn around and quote $75 for something, most people try to Jew them down to 50. I mean, come on, man. It's really hard. I don't have all this money, but come on, this is really cool. I'll help spread the word for you. Okay. I'll let people know that you're the guy who did this stuff. Okay. You got to do that shit anyways. You're going to advertise for me any of the fuck ways. And you're also going to pay me what I request. You know, I mean, that's something that I would do for them. I always pay them more. I always pay them more because they're a friend of mine and I want to see them succeed. But everybody else always try to belittle them and try to get them to do a really cool job and make some kick-ass graphics, but then pay them less. And ultimately, his business fell apart because the cutter that he bought, was like $1,500. And he bought all this vinyl, rolls and rolls of vinyl. He invested almost like $3 or $4 grand into starting his business out. And it just all fell apart within months because everybody rushed to him and nobody wanted to fucking pay him what he was requesting based upon his books, based upon his amounts. Everybody fucking, yeah. It's true. I like working on cars, and if it lets me save for a brake job, I tell them to buy parts and toss me a 50 for the labor. Still cheaper than a shop, yeah. And they usually try to argue. I know, isn't that fucked up? It's like, no, okay, fine. Then you can go Then you go have a shop do it. You think I'm expensive? You go have a goddamn shop do it. Has a good video on the F word, friends and family. and why he hates people who use friend or family as an excuse for you to do stuff for them for free. Yeah. I know. I know. So many people out there think it's just like, and it's like a good example is also being out here in the homeless community. You know, I smoke. I always try to have cigarettes. So a lot of these people come over, and they know me, and they know I work, and they know I get, I work to get money, or I go out and I do something where I can generate some revenue for myself, so I can get cigarettes or coffee or whatever. So people like to come up and ask me for cigarettes. And then I'll be like, no, I don't have enough. And then they start doing this. Well, come on, man. Come on, we're in the same boat. And that's when I freak out on them. That's when I get pissed. And I start saying, you're goddamn right. We're all in the same boat. We're all fucking homeless out here. So why the hell are you living off my ass? You get your you get your ass out there. You fly a sign. You do whatever you got to do to make ends meet. You do what you got to do. If I can do it, you take your ass out there and you do it too. I mean, you can't turn around. You can't sit there and say that we're all in the same boat. Yeah, I'm homeless too. But you see, I invest into my life. I've got 2 cars. I got this trailer. I've got all this merchandise. I got all this stuff that I get myself, and I try to make this stuff happen. I work on my life. And when people start seeing that you are achieving and you are being better in your life, they want to help you out. Nobody wants to help somebody out who you'll dump $100 into, and then suddenly they have nothing to show for it. They'll dump, 3 days in a hotel room, and you have nothing to show for it. I mean, there's lots of people out here who are just black holes. And then you got these churches that come out here and just start handing all this stuff out. They're totally just casting pearls amongst swine. And that shit's got to end, even though I go out here, I'm out here, but I don't really consider myself to be the same status as homeless as everybody else because I work on becoming better. I work on building my stuff up. I live like this because it's in my character. It's just the way I am. I always try to achieve more. That's what I did on this whole YouTube channel. Try to achieve a better build. Try to get other people involved in it. And when I'm becoming successful, then I turn around and reciprocate that success out on other people. Heck, when my channel was really growing big, I was giving out absolute shout outs left and right to channels left and right. I would go out and I would see people commenting on my videos, and I'd go over into their own channels and check them out. And I would give them a shout out onto their own channel. Within 24 hours of me giving a shout out, their channel would blow up with like fucking like 40 or 50 subscribers within like hours. You know, I was helping channels grow because of my growth. You know, if I become successful, then the people that are there with me come along with me. You see what I'm saying? Atzar was around when I was doing that kind of stuff. Ronald Hotboy, you know, I gave his channel a shout out a few times too. You know, I mean, because at the time I was getting lots of views and all that kind of stuff. And when I turn around, I give a shout out, you know, it helped people's channels grow. But they're hobos. Yeah, that's right, Jesse. Yeah. Thankfully, the close family and friends are moved and happy to pay and usually asked to watch so they can learn to do it themselves. Yeah. That's one. And this is one of the reasons why I've got so much. You know, it's even written in the Bible. The man who has will receive more. You know, I started out. When I got out here, all I had was the truck, the stuff in my truck, and a backpack. You know, and I've built all this stuff up, not just because I'm turning around and I'm stealing or I'm doing any of that kind of bad shit. It's because other people are seeing that I'm trying to achieve something, trying to get somewhere. And if I can't get anywhere, at least I'm maintaining myself. You know, and I'm not allowing myself to get washed away and turn into one of these junkies out here. You know, I'm not going to sit here and grovel in self-pity and the whole world's fucked up, man. You know, I'm not going to be doing that. You know, and then when people of the community, people that I meet and stuff like that, see that I'm not doing that, and they see that that this is the type of character I am, they want to help me. They want, you know, I got sometimes I got people bringing me food. I got people bringing me blankets, clothes. Not so much underwear and socks. That'd be kind of nice, though, because I ain't got no more underwear. The damn winter, this last winter I had 5 pairs of underwear. Molded. Complete molded up. One big patty of mold. It was nasty. Yeah. So I'm going to have to get some new underwear. And so, yeah, it's, you know, it's a nice thing to be able to know that there's people who have your back because you proved it. You've proved yourself. You're somebody that they want to help. They know that if they give me a blanket, I'm not going to be going out, walking down the alley, dragging it behind me, pissing all over it, puking on it, sweating in it, and then getting up in the morning and leaving it behind. They know if they give me a blanket or they give me a pillow or they give me something, they know I'm going to take care of it. Oh yeah, yeah, right, Justin. Yeah, yeah. You make sure. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I mean, make sure you hold your own. Make sure you hold your own. You know, the first charity of everything starts at home. You know, so you make sure you make sure you maintain your life first before you maintain anybody else's. Because in this world, you are number one. In your world, you're number one. You have to maintain yourself. And because if you can't maintain yourself, you won't be able to maintain anybody else. You won't be able to maintain anybody else. If you can't maintain yourself, you can't maintain your kids. If you can't maintain yourself, you can't maintain your woman. If you can't maintain yourself, you can't maintain anything. You come first. Your needs, your wants come first before anything else. That's the way it has to be. And then there's that's another thing that but you know that's a whole different live stream there. Talk about maintaining. I mean, thankfully, I'm young, 21. So I'm single, no kids, but stuff still gets expensive quick. Yeah. Yeah, it does. Yeah. Just want to make sure that you if I were you, taking it from somebody who's already gone through life, start looking at actually don't even start, just start looking at investments. If you can, try to take about try to save up $1,000 within 6 months and go down to the bank and get a CD in the bank for $1,000 and forget about it. Then do it again. Save up $1,000 in 6 months, go back down to the bank, get another CD. Keep doing that. Do that for 3 or 4 years, and you'll be thankful. I'm not going to tell you what's going to happen. You'll be fucking thankful that you did it. You will see what starts happening to your life. Investments. Put money into something. That's something I've been trying to get better at. I have a brokerage account, but I'm trying to get comfortable with all the money I'm spending now before I get back into investing. Really? Wow. Yeah. A neat thing is that if you can get yourself a CD into a private bank, like a small bank, because actually what you're doing is you're actually investing in the bank, that small bank, like a simple little private mom and pop bank, that might handle, 1,000 accounts or something like that. They actually use your money to help their system grow. Kind of in a way, they're it's actually illegal for them to use your money, but there's ways that they deal with this stuff. But you invest into their bank, and then ultimately what happens is you become a shareholder in the bank. And when you get enough CDs, I want to say 20. I want to say 20 or 30 CDs, and each CD is going to be $1,000. So you're looking at almost $20,000 to $30,000 of investment over the next, say, 10 years. But what happens after that is that once you become a primary shareholder in the bank, when the bank makes money, you get interest off of that. You get money off of that. It's really kind of neat. And that's what you want to do. You want to get into passive income. A brokerage account. That's kind of interesting. That's a solid plan. Right now, I'm investing more in an index funds for retirement. Yeah. They are slow, but semi-stable growth. Yeah. Yeah. You can add all that to your portfolio too, but I don't know if you really want to try going for any of that cryptocurrency stuff. I don't know if you're into that, but I hear good stuff about that. I hear bad stuff about it. So I don't know if you might want to stay away from that crap. Or even commercial property, like hotels and stuff like that, motels that are going up, or you got commercial property, you got multiple units that are rented out every day, Airbnbs, stuff like that. Invest into something that's going to give you passive income. And that's something else that a lot of people don't quite think about, that they look at a property that might have 15 or 20 units in it that they can rent out, but they look at the amount of money that it's going to cost for them. But the thing is that you really don't look at the debt that it's going to incur on you. You look at how much your passive income is you get off of each one, renting out each one of these things every month. You know, how much passive income are you going to be getting off each unit? You know, if you're making 20 or 30 or maybe even $40 off of each unit per day, who gives a shit what the damn debt is? Heck, you can set up the mortgage on a property like that for, you don't have to do a 30-year thing. You can do a 40-year or 50-year, you know, make it so that way it's an extended out period of time of having this 20 unit complex. And yeah, your debt might be really high. Your passive amount of money that you're going to make on a daily basis, renting out each one of these units, you know, you get a pretty penny every single week. You know, you get $5,000, $6,000 paid to you every week from one property, from one complex. Too many people look at the debt, how much it's going to cost to get, and how much they have to pay on it over their passive income, how much after all the expenses each unit is going to put in their pocket. That's why most people go out and try to get their hands on motels or hotels. You know, a lot of people out there like doing that, because if you can keep that hotel or that motel filled all year round, you know, that's a good amount of money you can make every day, every single damn day, even if it comes down to making $5 off of each room, just a simple $5. Correction, it's a $16 in that account now. Oh, wait. I was into crypto mining, spent a few grand on hardware, probably a grand on electricity, and I made out with about $4,000. Broke even. Yeah. Oh, correction. I got $16 in the account. Oh, yeah. Yeah. We've got a massive we've got a big crypto mining facility in Montana here. I want to say it's up in Kalispell, I think, but it's this big old building that God, they use up so much electricity and stuff like that. That's what they do. They crypto mine. That's all they do. I don't know if they're actually making any money at it or what the hell the deal is, but it's one big, huge, massive crypto mining facility. If you type it in Google, crypto mining in Montana, it should show you the places here in Montana where they do it. Oh yeah. After seeing my $50 turn into 200 and then drop to 16, I don't trust crypto anymore. Yeah. 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 Huh. Hold on a second. Be right back.
what's up?
Still doing live streaming. Yeah. You staying in the truck now? Nope. No, Brian. No. No. This is my car. Yeah. This is a. You can Google search an Oldsmobile Custom Cruiser. That's what this is now. Because I got this car and I got my truck. Granted, that's in SH. But basically, I own 1.7 million coins of a worthless crypto. That's funny that you say that. I know. That's exactly what people don't want to get into. That's exactly because nobody wants to get into crypto. That's not going to be worth anything. But hey, that's okay because now you've got the story of being one of those guys that shit's happened to, right? That's exactly why I don't put more than $50 into it. Yeah. I was working for a guy, a painter, months ago, and he was trying to sell me on the idea of crypto. And I don't know how he was doing it, but he was on some type of website and he was actually investing. He was actually investing into Bitcoin. And then there was another type of coin too that he was investing in too. But yeah, he had his little laptop and he flipped it open and he was going through it and he was showing me on this account that he was on this website. And it showed his account, and his account was up at like $50,000. Yeah. The one thing I didn't like about the system, he was explaining to me, is that when you set up a cryptocurrency system and you set up your bank account, that bank account has to stay connected and stay open the entire time that your crypto is tied to it. It has to stay open. So like, you know, if you set up an account, because I asked him this, I was like, well, what happens if you don't stop working the account and the account closes? He says you can't allow the account to close. And I'm sitting there thinking, well, a lot of accounts I know you have to at least try to keep $5 to $10 in it, because the bank every once in a while will incur a charge if you're not using your account. They'll incur a charge, and if there's no money in there, then they close the account. What if you've got $250,000 worth of cryptocurrency associated with that account, and now the account's closed? What happens? He goes, then you're fucked. You don't let that happen. In my opinion, Bitcoin had its heyday, but it's just going to drop from there. Yeah, everything. I remember back in the day when Bitcoin was coming out, I saw this ad pop up, and this is years ago. I saw this ad pop up. It was an advertisement that came in on Yahoo, on my Yahoo Mail, and it was when Bitcoin was first starting to come out, and it says buy 5 Bitcoins for $75. I went in there and I checked it out, and yeah, sure as shit, I could have bought 5 Bitcoins for $75. It was some type of promotional thing. I look back on it now and I kick myself in the ass, but shit, you couldn't know. You can't tell what the future holds. You know, you can't look at something like that and then feel bad about it. because it could have just tanked. It could have just went the other way. It was just a massive gamble, and nobody wants to take $75 out of their lifestyle and put it into something that ultimately just might be a nothing but a fail. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to do that. You know, it's just like some of this other Bitcoin, all these other investment things that pop up, you know. you can make this kind of money and, you know, invest into this. Why? You know, why? I mean, so many of these big companies out here come up with this new type of coin, and they set up a system that's literally nothing but snake oil, and it's just a big goddamn hustle. And all these people flock into it because they see what happened with Bitcoin, and they see what happened with all this other cryptocurrency, and everybody is looking for a quick buck. You know, I mean, there's nothing wrong with making a quick buck, but you know, when you intentionally create a system that's going to rip other people off and you get all the money, then that's unjust enrichment. That's blatantly unjust. You know, that's not good to do. I mean, if I ever set up a system where it ultimately ripped people off of money, and even though it was all legal and lawful, I would still feel like shit. It's something I'd never want to do again. Chances are, technically, what I would do is return the money. You know, I don't want that kind of goddamn karma. You know, I don't give a shit what any state statute says. I don't care what contract law says it's okay for me to do. I understand the balance principles of the balanced universe. What you put out, you receive. And if I'm going to put out a system that's going to rip people off, then I'm going to receive something that's going to rip me off. And I'm not going to fucking do that. I don't want that karma in my life. You know, if I'm going to turn around, I'm going to help somebody out, then I know by helping them out, I'm eventually also going to get helped out later on. That's how a lot of this stuff works. You see all this stuff I accumulate, all this stuff I end up getting. It's because I help out a lot of people. I help a lot of people out with doing things, you know, building stuff, fixing their bikes. You know, I've got the tools. I do all this stuff. I put a lot out into this world that isn't financial, but I receive things back in like manner. You know, I can sit there, I can be completely broke, and I can get up and go out. Let me tell you this one story. This is what happened. I was completely fucking broke. I had no money. I didn't even have any gas in my car. I had maybe just enough gas to get to the gas station. I was all out of cigarettes. I couldn't even get any coffee. I was completely broken. I was down there at the shelter. Okay. I'm sitting there thinking to myself, how in the hell can I turn this around? It's cold outside. The boss hasn't called. He's not going out and doing any jobs, so he doesn't need my help. So I look over and I'm thinking, I got to create some type of positive karma for myself. I need to do something positive for myself or positive for somebody else. And eventually that energy is going to come back to me. So I'm sitting there, I'm looking around, and I look at the cubby holes. We have these cubbies at the warming center where people put their stuff and it keeps it safe. Okay, it's these little cubbies. Well, some people push their stuff in there so much that the cubbies break, the wood cracks and breaks and pops out of the slides that they put this all together. So I'm sitting there, I'm looking at this thing. So I get up and I go out to my truck and I get my drill and I grab a bunch of screws, some decking screws, 1-inch decking screws, and I go back into the shelter. I go back into the warming center there, and I start fixing the whole fucking thing. All right. I start screwing these screws in and start fixing up all these little cubbies and stuff. I then went over to this little fenced in area and I fixed the fence. I pack my stuff up. I go out, put my stuff back in my truck, and I walk back. While I'm walking back to the door, somebody comes up and asks me, "Hey, Tully, you need a cigarette?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure," because I'm all out. So they give me a cigarette. I sit out there and I'm standing there talking to them and smoking my cigarette. And then somebody else comes walking up. Totally, I need a ride on the other side of town. If I give you some gas money, could you give me a ride there? I'm like, well, yeah, but we have to go to the gas station first. So do you have the money on you now? Yeah. I'm like, okay. So we get in this car, and we go down to the gas station. We put gas in the car. By the end of the day, and then I dropped them off, went back to the shelter. Then somebody else came up and asked me. They wanted to go to the grocery store, but they don't want to bring they want to go grocery shopping, but they don't want to come all the way back carrying all these groceries because they had their food stamp card came in. By the end of the day, I had almost $40 in cash in my pocket, and I had a grocery bag full of groceries because I started helping other people out. I created that positive karma, that positive energy in my life right then and there by choosing to do something beneficial. It turned my whole day around, turned everything around. And that happens quite a bit. There's times when I run out of money because we're not working or nobody's calling me to do anything, and somebody out of the blue, somebody on Facebook or somebody on YouTube will donate some money to me or something like that, and now I can make ends meet. Now I can go down and put gas in my car. Now I can go down and get something to eat. Now I can go down and do this. I can do that. I can go out. I mean, right now, I need this car's heater blower fan inside here underneath the dashboard that circulates the heat inside the car has burnt out. So it don't work anymore. I still have heat. You can feel the heat coming out of the up on the dash, but it's not circulating. The fan doesn't blow the heat around. So that's one thing that I need to fix on this car. And I know as long as I keep being positive and keep putting things out there in a positive manner, I know eventually I'll be able to get that thing fixed. Yeah, Greg. Yeah. Gregory, yeah. Yeah. It's like at Sam's Club. I sell tires. People ask for Goodyear Max Life tire, and I always try to steer them away because it's a crappy tire, but they can charge almost $200 for one because it's a name brand. Yeah. Now use that carbon to make it. We got work and tons of it and could really use your help. Oh, Indiana. Wow. That's a long ways away, man. I don't know if I could make that. I got a lot of stuff. I'd have to figure out some place to put all my stuff if I was going to go out there. But yeah, it's one of those things that I've noticed that partakes in everybody's life too. I mean, I see it happening to other people. There's people who have donated to me here on YouTube and stuff that times were hard for them, and then after they donate, then things start happening good for them. It's happened on Facebook too. It's one of those things that happens in all of our lives that when we apply something positive to somebody else's life, it then comes back on us. It doesn't even have to be money. It can be stuff that you send somebody. It can be whatever. It's really a strange thing. It's something I've never really noticed until I was out here in the homeless community. It's one of these weird, you get what you put out. If you put out positive and you help people and stuff like that, then you in turn will get help too. People want to help you, especially when they start seeing that you're not going to turn around and abuse them. You're not going to take advantage of them. If people are going to put something into something, they want to see some type of return. And even if you take care of it, it's like this car. I literally got this entire car handed to me, but I'm taking care of it. And I know that eventually I'm going to end up coming across them again, and they're going to see how well I'm taking care of the car. And they're going to be happy about that. They're going to realize they made the right decision by selling me this car because they see how well I'm taking care of it. Heck, I'm probably taking care of it better than their kids did. You know, they're going to be happy with the choice of choosing and realizing that we gave this homeless guy this car so that way he could help make ends meet, help things happen for him, and he's still doing it. He's keeping it up, and he's keeping it going. I wonder if he'd be interested in the pickup or the RV that we've got. I wonder if he'd be interested in this. We've got this plot of land out in East Missoula. I wonder if he'd be interested in moving out there. We already see what he's done with what we've given him. What else can he do with this shit? What else can he do with this or that or the other thing? That's also another way. That's also another great way of people out there seeing when you prove yourself to people that you're going to take care of the things that they took care of. They want to give you more, you know? It's one of those things. It's one of those things that I mean, we all ultimately have our own choice. We don't have to consistently always try to prove ourselves to anybody. We don't always have to do that, but it's actually a good mindset to have. You know, it's a good mindset to have. And if you make it, if you get somewhere in life or you do something great, then don't forget about those people who helped you get there. You know what I'm saying? You know, except if they forget about you, like in my case, where, you know, I helped a whole family, helped people get their own house and been that backbone and helped them have some dignity in their life, and then they turn around and kick you out of their life, then yeah, fine, fuck it, let them go. If you could work your way out here, get working, get some money saved up, and then fly back to get the rest of your stuff and your truck and drive back out, I'd work out really, really well for you. Yeah, it might, Greg. It might. It's just, I don't know. It's just, I've thought about moving other places, but the thing is that living here in Montana, living here in Missoula, I've been here since 2000. I've never lived anywhere in my life for as long as I have lived here. So I'm pretty dang acclimated into living out here. You know, even though it's harder and it's a little bit more difficult, it's I'm so used to it now. You know, this place is pretty much home for me. I mean, because I was kicked around my whole life, you know, moved around so it's kind of odd to even think about even going back to Iowa. You know, I don't want to go back to Iowa. There's nothing for me back in Iowa except for my family, and I love my family. They've helped me out a lot. It's just that there's nothing back there for me to succeed. There's actually more here for me to succeed because I'm more familiar and I've lived here for such a long time and I know the workings and stuff. I mean, yeah, I can always figure things out if I move someplace else, but it's a whole new system that I'd have to relearn. Different laws, different rules, different aspects. And whenever you move to a different state, you literally got to, well, at least I do. You got to learn their system, learn their laws, learn their penal codes. At least that's what I do, because, you know, I'm sick and tired of being a victim to this fucking system. I'm so sick and tired of my life getting fucked up because these motherfuckers don't leave me alone. You know, I'll start doing something. Next thing I know, I've got, you know, some penal code enforcement officer coming around and bitching at me about something, you know, or whatever, you know, and I'm just so sick of being a victim to the system that I don't want to have to move someplace and relearn a whole new system all over again. You know, there's so much out here in Indiana for work where you would fit right in perfectly with your welding capabilities and knowledge you have. Yeah, I know, Greg. Plus, that's more that area you live is more of plains, ain't it? You guys don't have very many mountains around in that area, right? If I remember your videos. But aren't you married now, Greg? Don't you have a kid and stuff? KLR. Oh, no way. Get yourself some new underwear or cigarettes or some crypto, man. Oh, that's funny. Yep, it's almost midnight here, so I'm a dropout. Hopefully I get notified when you are live again. Yeah, Justin, that'd be cool. Also, check your Cash App. It ain't much, but I forgot I had it on there. So, oh, cool. Thanks, man. Yeah, Cash App. That's kind of new for me. I mean, I had a lot of people trying to ask me about Cash App and stuff like that, and I just finally got it within the past month or two. Actually got it up and working, I think. And so far, somebody else has sent some stuff via Cash App too. So, yeah. All right, guys. Yeah. It's been an hour and 35 minutes now. So yeah, I'm gonna shut this down, you guys. Thank you so much. Killer Fishy. Yeah, thank you very much. $10. That's cool. Get yourself some new underwear or cigarettes or some crypto, man. That's good. I like that. Have a good night. Yeah, you guys too. I'm going to shut this down. Thanks everybody for hanging out with me. I'm going to try to do more live streams. I'm going to try to, but things get too overwhelming and stuff like that. But maybe I'll do one maybe tomorrow or something like that. So yeah. I'm telling you, you'd make it here so much easier. I see the struggle there. I've watched you for better part of a decade. Yeah, right. Yeah. Greg, I think didn't I gave your channel a shout out too a few times when you were dealing with your four-wheelers and stuff, I think, didn't I? I'll holler at you over on the Facebook, LOL. Okay. All righty, man. Yep. Well, you guys take it easy. Thanks for hanging out with me. And I would like to welcome all my new subscribers or anybody who's coming in here later on. And thank you, everybody, for those of you who've donated. May the energy of karma come back on you too. Yes. Keep that in mind. Keep thinking. When you help, when you put out that energy and you put out that help for other people, it will come back on you. Believe it's going to come. Believe it's going to happen. And it'll happen. So you guys take it easy and thank you very much. Thank you, KL. Also been watching you for absolutely years now. So it feels good to give something back. Thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah. And keep in mind when you help out with me, it comes back on you. Yep. That's how it works. I mean, it's really kind of neat to know that when you believe that when you believe that something good is going to happen because of something you've done for somebody else, it does come back on you like tenfold. It's really kind of neat. It's really neat. So, all right. Well, thank you very much, you guys. I'll see you all later. And you guys take it easy. And thank you so much.